What's up, y'all? It has been a minute, but I could not, absolutely would not allow this day, a day like this that should be celebrated far and wide, to go by without saying happy birthday, sending some love and recognition to one of the dopest people to ever live, one of my favorite people to ever live. And it's June the 10th. So if you know me or you know him, then you already know. You seen the intro, okay? You heard the intro song that he produced that became my theme song, you know what I'm saying? My favorite song in the whole world. Um, the one, the only, Mr. Dr. Delmar Haywood Lawrence III, who is my pastor. And y'all, like I said, I believe it was last year, this man is literally one of my friends. And one thing I have realized, I think in this past year, that he is literally one of my best friends. When I say best friends, I mean one of my best friends ever. Not only have I been able to count on for a very, very long time, but who has had a very strong presence in my life. He is a phone call answering, text returning, consistent, loyal, faithful, real friend. And I am so thankful for my pastor, my friend, my favorite rapper, and all of those things. I have known him such a long time, and I was looking back on my old Facebook memories where I would post on his birthday. How Facebook memories show you what happened on June the 10th for the last several years, and I was like, we low key was kids. We was grown, but I was like, I look like a totally different person. I'm like, I got gray hair now, which I've had gray hair ever since I was a kid, but like, nah, for real, this time I got gray hair. And I was just looking at the old concert pictures and stuff. I'm like, dude, but there are a lot of people that I've known for a long time. But one thing I could say for him and our relationship, um, is that it has grown over the years. It never, if there was ever a, a downtime in our relationship, it was because I wasn't reaching out. But there really wasn't um, any of that. It's just been a slow, consistent growth. And it's like, next thing you know, it's 15, 20 years later, and this is one of my best friends. It's crazy. Um, it has only gotten better. It ain't been no, that you can't say that for everybody. There are very few people in your life that you can say, not only have I known them a long time, but they've been consistent the whole time. And I've been able to be consistent with them. And God's affirmation of them in my life has been consistent, and it's never stopped. There has been constant confirmation that this is somebody that God has put in my life, and that is actually probably the most important quality in that friendship, in that connection, is knowing that it was something that, or was, is, and will be something that God does. Like, I'm just so, it's like undeniable at this point, that His hand is just, God's hand is just all up in it. Um, and so there's a lot of things that I would love to express, but there's not enough time in the world. The only thing I can do is continue to try to grow and be the type of friend and support and whatever that I can be, to show more than I can tell, more than I can give, to be able to show. And so, like, hey, I love you, like for real, like this is legit, like, and so that's what I'm going to do. But there was one thing that I did think about, because there's always something, I won't say something necessarily new every year, but there's always a different aspect to focus on every year, and to learn and discover and rediscover and pay attention to qualities that he has every single year. There's always something different to focus on. Last year I talked a lot about the friendship. This year that's even more powerful to me because of the level of friendship that I have realized that I have found in him. But not only that, the one thing that really occurred to me within the last 12 months specifically, I have to do that to keep myself like in a time frame, is the fact that he is a visionary. I know that, and I've been aware of that, but I haven't been as aware of just how important that is and how much that matters or has mattered to me in my life, and in our connection. And I really thought about it. Well, first of all, I want to look up the word visionary on the spot. I didn't plan to look it up at first. I was just going to talk about it, but I said I'm look it up and make sure I'm giving him the right accolade here. But I know it applies, but this is going to be fun. I get this, first of all, I always did like dictionaries because I write, but he also will look up a word in a minute. He calls the dictionary the second Bible. So let's look up the word visionary and make sure we're calling him the right thing. Definition of visionary.
Here's the definition of visionary, especially of a person thinking about or planning the future with imagination or wisdom.
Ooh, wisdom. It says a visionary leader relating to or able to see visions in a dream or trance or supernatural apparition. A person with original ideas about what the future will hold or could be like. He's definitely a person that sees people for. I put it like this. I think he sees people more or less the way God sees them. Now I say more or less just because he's a human and God is God, right? So last year back in November, we went to the SoulTies conference that my pastor slash one of my best friends, um, God had given him the idea for. He had the vision, he had the plan for the SoulTies conference, and so I'm gonna try to make this short, right? So when I went to the Soul Ties conference, y'all, and I actually talked about it a little bit already on my blog before, but I was like, last year was a hard year, first of all. And at that time in particular, I was in a place where I had just things on my mind to where I literally couldn't sleep at night. There's no cool way to put it. Like, just didn't, I wasn't walking in the peace that God had given me already. And we we went to the conference and everything about it blessed me because he had the foresight to plan it the way he did, to invite the people that he did. Everybody there talked about peace that night. Of course, the word that my pastor gave was outstanding, amazing, delicious, but every person that ministered, even down to the location, as difficult as it was for me to get there, God made a way. And me having the opportunity to get out of my normal surroundings to really focus on myself helped me, along with the contents of the conversation that happened all throughout the conference. And it just blessed me. The music, everything just blessed me tremendously. And it was the pivot I needed to kind of get back to life and peace. As I was just thinking about that, because him and Canton performed together, Canton Jones, it made me think about the Rapture Conference way back in 2008. This is one of those things where I was a kid. I was grown, but I was a kid. I was in my 20s and I was hopping and bebopping around. And I thought about that, particularly 2008, that weekend, and how that weekend changed my life. We're talking about 15 years ago, and my life is still, I can still see the fingerprints of experiences that I had, people that I met, words that was received. There was deliverance there for me 15 years ago that I'm still walking in to this day because of the vision he had and how he brought everybody together to minister to the people. I believe even the people on the panel get blessed when he brings you know, but I was blessed. And those are only two bookend examples. And I say bookend because this happened in 2021 and this happened back in 2008. And the vision, that ability to manifest a God-given vision, is even more powerful in him today than it was back, you know, when we were younger. Um, and there's been so many things since then. There's the revolt tour, the Hope Dilla 2 tour, the Soul Ties book series, the Soul Ties seminars.
You were born in sin. The minute you were birthed, stuff was on you. You didn't come to the detox until you came of the knowledge.
Um, oh my goodness, Reimagine You, that whole thing. Um, I know I'm forgetting something. There are so many other things, and even things that are outside of church and ministry that still have blessed me, encouraged me, allowed me to live and love life and spread my wings and just all of these things. And I'm only saying me because I can only tell you my testimony, but I know other people have been blessed by him as well. When he came to my birthday this year, my closest friends were sitting around the table, and he was there, of course, because he's one of my closest friends, and they love him. It wasn't just because me; like they were happy to see him outside of me. One of my friends actually hugged him before me. Excuse me, talking about she missed him. What? But I was just so encouraged. Like I can tell you, people that have come and shared their testimony with me over the years, but I know I don't know everybody, and he may never hear every testimony. So, if you have one, feel free to comment, and I'll let him know, or whatever you share it yourself because it's his birthday. Um, but yeah, there's a whole lot of things I could say, and I'm always gonna try to put some footage in there because I always have pictures. Like, y'all, I'm tripping about these pictures. Like, we really look like little kids compared to, like, we still cute now. Don't trip now. That's why I'm tripping because I'm like, I had these little fat jaws, which I think I still kind of do. But anyway, um, I'm just happy and excited to celebrate him. It doesn't stop here. It doesn't stop today. As always, like I say, y'all hit that Cash App. If you don't have Cash App for some reason, you can go to the site. I'm going to put the info on the screen right here. And feel free to share a monetary blessing with my friend and tell them that, to add it to my account too. No, but yeah, just tell them happy birthday if you do feel so led. Um, Check out his. Okay, so I'm going to put these links in here, but he has a spoken word album that you need to hear. You need to go to the COR City of Refuge, COR Memphis YouTube page. I'm going to put that link in the description and listen to those messages Sunday and Tuesday. You need to go to the SoulTies TV page and tune in to Motivation Monday and get you some motivation and encouragement and wisdom through this visionary that consistently speaks to us freely and shares everything that God has given with him. So yeah, super happy birthday. And I'm gonna send you the link, my friend. So happy birthday to you. I felt like singing, but I don't know if my throat, I don't know if I can really sing for real. But just know that I love you if you're watching, and I hope you are having an amazing birthday.